For over 3 decades, people world over have improved their health and well-being by its rich ingredients. A unique blend of essential amino acids, multivitamins and minerals specially formulated to combat stress and fatigue. The golden promise of Astamine is being enjoyed by more and more people who have found the deepest secret of living life at its peak. Astamine. Get healthier.
Welcome back. The Osha Index of the Nigerian Stock Exchange is still on that same spot where we last saw it, 0.01% decline. Meanwhile, NSE pension keeps improving, 0.05% growth, and NSE premium, 0.37% growth. Now we talk about you and your health, because I remember when I was in the secondary school, I was the health prefect, and one of those things we kept saying was, health is wealth. We teach you about how to make money, but I pray affliction will not rise to consume your money. Can I hear your loud amen? All right, that's what I have here with me. The product manager with Facing Healthcare PLC, Fasanya Adesoji. You are welcome to Business and Stocks Watch.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, sir.
I work so hard.
Exactly.
Oftentimes, I have very few hours to sleep. What will be your immediate advice for me?
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity to appear on your show. Like you rightly said, health is wealth, and the health of a nation is the wealth of a nation.
Wow.
You know, so it is very important that we as individuals, as we go about our daily activities, as we try as much as possible to make money, you know, and make ends meet for our family, for our dependents, and so on and so forth, it's also very important that we take care of our health as much as possible. And as you know, in this state of ours, this wonderful state of ours, Lagos, the level of stress can be very, very high. You know, Lagos can be a very demanding community or environment.
I guess it's a function of what you allow for yourself. There are people in Lagos that might decide to rest. All right, it's a function of what you want for yourself. Lagos, yes, the stress might be there. You could also leave. Let's now come to some of the issues that are common, health issues that are common with the corporate people.
Yes, very commonly is the issue of stress, and stress, you know, is defined as a heightened demand, you know, in terms of your mental, physical, and emotional capacity. You know, it heightened tension, you know, of all these variables, and stress, in as much as it has its pros and cons, you know, but the negatives can be very, very daunting, in the sense that stress would lead to so many ailments, you know, such as hypertension, such as diabetes, poor management of diabetes, such as anxiety and depression, you know. And we've seen situations where people, because of stress, you know, had deteriorated so badly to the extent of, you know, taking their own lives. You know, and these are things that we have seen happen or occur commonly in our society in the past few years. And you will be surprised, you know, that most of the time it's just a function of the fact that people did not notice the progression of, you know, the stressful lifestyle on time, and they did not take adequate measures, you know, to prevent it from progressing and deteriorating into debilitating illnesses.
As a manager in a healthcare company, will I be asking too much if I ask you what are the solutions so formulated by your organization fits in healthcare?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. First of all, as a healthcare professional, we usually would advise lifestyle modifications. If there's a stressor in your life, you know, we need to identify what that stressor is and try as much as possible to, you know, take it out, to eradicate it. In a lot of cases, just merely modifying the person's lifestyle, removing the stressor, can actually help bring about a resolution of an illness, you know, in such a person. We see a lot of people these days that they have depression, they have anxiety, and they go all over the place looking for solutions. They go to hospitals, they go to healthcare practitioners and things like that. And we are not really able to pinpoint what the particular problem is. A lot of the time we are treating the symptom, treating the anxiety, treating the depression, not knowing that, you know, there's a stressor that is contributing to these illnesses. So basically removing that stressor can help. Some of the things that we advise is social support. First of all, you know, for someone who is undergoing some level of health challenges, social support is very, very important. Exercise, you know, is very, very important. You know, modification of lifestyle, like cessation of excessive drinking, smoking, and so on and so forth. These are very, very important. These are things we refer to as the non-pharmacological approach, you know, to treatment. But then there is also the pharmacological approach, which is where we come in, you know, and very importantly, from the Staples of Fits in Healthcare PLC, we have lifestyle products, you know, that can help people to effectively manage their stress. One of such products is Astamine, right? Astamine is an amino acid and vitamin supplement that, you know, provides all the essential values in terms of nutrition that a person might actually require to combat stress. Talking about amino acids, a lot of processes within the body, you know, rely on amino acids to be well appropriately undertaken. So amino acids, we know, are the building blocks of proteins, and proteins they are involved in so many processes within the body, and some of these are the production of enzymes, production of hormones, neurotransmitters, and things like this. And those enzymes, hormones, those chemical constituents or constituents of the body are things that, in one way or the other, you know, may predispose somebody to developing, you know, certain ailments. For example, sorry, let me just go ahead. For example, I talked about depression and anxiety. Yep. These things happen as a result of, you know, malfunctioning of certain neurotransmitters. You know, either they are working in overdrive or they are not sufficient. But if you are adequately nourished, you have a balanced diet, and then you have proper supplementation with, you know, these supplements that we talked about, like Astamine. You know, it helps to correct the levels of all these neurotransmitters, and the person can actually live a stress-free life.
Now, we're still talking about Astamine, all right? I guess it is an over-the-counter drugs. I could get it anywhere. You
can get it anywhere.
And who are those that could take it? People of what age bracket are you looking at?
Everyone can take Astamine, from children to geriatrics, that is old people.
Do I need a medical doctor to recommend it or to prescribe it?
Like you said, it is an over-the-counter product. So you can just walk into a pharmacy outlet and pick it off the shelves, you know, request for one, and they will definitely hand it over to you.
What do I expect as the immediate result of taking histamine?
Well, unlike certain medications like paracetamol that immediately you take it, you expect a resolution of the headache. Supplements act over a period of time, you know. So you continue to take it over a period of time, and as you're taking it, it is correcting the imbalances that might have, nutritional imbalances that might be occurring within the body. You know, so we advise, you know, you take supplements. Supplements are supposed to be taken on a daily basis.
Whether I do not
whether you are sick or
till I begin to feel dizzy, and then I begin to feel restless before I take histamine.
You do not need to.
So if I'm traveling and I could just buy it and keep it.
Yes, for someone like you who has a very demanding job, someone like me who has a very demanding job, you'll be very surprised. I myself, I take histamine on a daily basis, and you can see how good I'm looking. And I'm recommending histamine for you as well. Please make sure you pick a bottle or a pack of histamine.
And are you sure that I've not taken histamine?
Oh, great.
Okay. Now, there are some other related ailments. Like some of us, for example, me, I could sit on one spot just looking at the system for 8 hours.
Wow.
So what would be your advice, and what kind of drugs like histamine do you think someone like me should take, such that sitting on one spot looking at, you know, there are more than 200 stocks listed on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and I want to know what is happening to all of them. So I'm always looking for information and then looking at figures. Now I'm forecasting third quarter earnings, so I want to look at what they have given as earnings, all right, over the last 10 years. So it requires that you stay with your system and you look at it. What drugs will you readily tell me that I could take as a supplement?
Well, thank you very much. What you just mentioned or talked about is what we refer to as sedentary lifestyle in healthcare parlance. And sedentary lifestyle can be very, very debilitating to the health. We advise as much as possible that you do not sit or stay put in one position for extensive period of time. Try as much as possible from time to time, maybe every hour, every 2 hours, you know, walk around, take a brisk walk, you know, within your working space, and you can go back to your seat. But of course, you, like you rightly said, someone like you who has that kind of demand, you know, placed on your should definitely be taking supplements. I recommend that for every one of us who are, you know, in the working category, working age. So many, all categories of people, you know, should take supplements to help protect, you know, this wonderful health that is helping us to bring the food on the table.
Sometimes, was it 4 or 5 years ago, I was feeling not very comfortable, and I walked into a pharmacy, not even in Lagos, in Akure, and he handed me a bottle of Ferrobin. Right?
Okay.
What does Ferrobin? What does it do in the body?
Oh,
because it didn't have time. There were so many people, and I've been looking for. Incidentally, we are meeting here. What does Ferrobin?
Okay. Well, I would apologize on behalf of the healthcare professional. He should actually have taken his time, you know, to explain to you just briefly what the drug would do for you. But of course, Ferrobin is another wonderful product from the staples of Fitson Healthcare PLC. It is a hematinic, that is, it is a blood tonic, it is a blood builder.
Just like histamine.
They are a little bit different in the sense that Ferrobin contains iron.
Right.
Histamine does not contain
What
iron.
does iron do in the body?
Iron helps to build the hemoglobin. contained in the red blood cells. You know, so you hear of people saying, or you go to the hospital, they say you should go and do a full blood count, you should go and do PCV test, you know, hemoglobin test and things like that. You know, it's just to ascertain the level, you know, of your hemoglobin. And hemoglobin contained in the red blood cells is very, very important in the sense that...
How often do I need to take, like, the ferrobin? Can I take it anyhow, like, anytime I eat, or what? Can I take it before food?
You should basically take it after meals. Take it after meals. You can take it in the morning and in the night. You know, it depends. If you are on the capsule, you take 1 capsule in the morning, 1 capsule in the night. If you are on the liquid, you take 10 ml in the morning, 10 ml in the night. It will help to build your blood and take it back to that optimal level that will help you function, you know, optimally.
I guess we can continue to talk about this because it is indeed very needful. But I'm going to allow you to go work on some others, and when else we meet, we will definitely be looking at such other blood builders, or do we call it supplement again? Yes, maybe next week. Okay. When are you promising that you will create the time again to be with us?
Anytime you request my presence, I'll make myself available.
Soji, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
All right.